If you're a history buff and want a shot at building your own Roman city that can withstand the harsh realities of the time period while also factoring in loads of mythology that goes with it, then Roman Triumph, it might just be a game for you. This is a survival city builder that features a lot of ways to have fun and equally is a lot of ways to die as well. My name is Charlie, and Forklift Interactive has generously sponsored this video to show off the game, and I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for supporting what I'm trying to build here as well. Now, I have been asked to show you guys the game in my own words and thoughts, however I want, no script or anything. I don't do that here, just like usual. But I have been nudged by the publisher into showing you some content in this sponsored video that I usually wouldn't be able to get to or reach in a single gameplay video, usually. Like some enemy types and stuff. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to hit new game, and you guys are going to come with me on this adventure at the start like usual. But then about 20 or so minutes into the video, once you've basically been introduced to how things start off, we're going to load in another save that I've been playing for a little while longer that's a bit more developed, so that I can show you some of the things that they've requested I get to, okay? So it's a little unconventional, but I think it'll go all right. Okay, so this is the map that we'll be playing on, at least if I want it to be the map that we're playing on. I can re-roll and regenerate the map however I'd like. This map is probably fine. For the demonstration of this video, this is gonna be fine. So we're gonna hit continue. We have 4 difficulty settings, but it's kind of 2 difficulty settings and then 2 gameplay preference settings, if you will. So we have easy, which if you're just starting off, no biggie here, dude. Just pick this one, it's fine. The normal difficulty setting, it's got some stuff to it that I think will really kind of challenge you initially. I think it could be a good experience. This is the recommended balance for the game. And then you have 2 additional ones. And this one here is basically no attacks or raids. If you're just looking to manage a city and not get attacked at all, you can go with this one. Or you can play a normal difficulty game but have no mythological threats, because this game doesn't just have barbarians and other or raiding factions and stuff. It also has things like dragons and hydras. Yeah. Your first thing you need to build is a castrum. Okay. This is like the center of your city, and you can choose anywhere in the map you want to be. I highly recommend you just take a look around, because there might be some areas that are better suited to start your city than others, but you're going to want to start close to stone and iron, which is why those 2 icons are showing up prominently on my screen as I go. All right, so we'll go ahead and click our castrum. And when we do that, we're gonna see that we also get icons for a lot of animals that are around as well. You're gonna wanna be able to hunt too. So this looks like a pretty good spot. I think it's right near some water, so we can do some fishing locally. We've got plenty of rocks nearby or stone nearby for that. Got lots of iron and stuff nearby over on that side. So I think this is a fine place to start. We don't wanna get too close to the rocks because they are permanent things. I can't move them. So we're gonna have to build around them if we go too close to them. And then there's a lot of animals here. They will migrate away too, so I don't have to necessarily worry about like ruining the best hunting spot or anything. So I'm just gonna put it right here. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put it right here. So this is gonna clear out the land around it. If there was a lot of trees in the area, they would all be flattened by doing this. And we're gonna start the town, right? We'll start, and there's a whole, oh wait, there's a tutorial on. Let's skip all the tutorials. Okay, so all your people are homeless currently. So the first thing it wants you to do is to build their homes. We start with 75 wood, 25 stone, no clay, 40 bricks, and 100 food, and it's dwindling at 16 per month. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do for this is I'm just going to make a road around this really quick. This does cost me a little bit of wood, but it's fine. And then I'm going to take some of these homes right here, and I'm just going to place them right along the side here. Let's put like 2 there for now. The basics guide does want me to build 2 of them, and then also build a hunter's hut so that we don't run out of food right away. So hunter's hut, I think probably over here looks really good. You can see the efficiency of the building is 150% here because there's a lot of food in the area. The thing is, this is going to be changing over time, and it changes as animals move through the area. But if you have a huge population of animals, a good chance you're going to have a great hunting experience here. But as I cut down these trees and stuff and, clear the land to build my city out from here, I would probably, not necessarily have the best hunting experience. So I think maybe I'll put it over here, just a little bit further away from the settlement so that I can get a few more animals over on that side. So we're just going to put it over on that side. And these guys are going to go over there and they'll build it. Okay, we need to gather stone. We need to gather wood. There's gathering buttons down here. I can either do wood or stone or both. And I think I'll just do both for a second. Let's go ahead and clear that area out for just the wood. So not only can you determine how many people work a certain job, and you can artificially, not artificially, actually limit it if you want to. So if I put 5 here, for example, there's currently 8 people working as a builder, but if I hit this button, it will limit it to only 5, which means everybody else will come down and do other jobs. At the moment, I don't have a whole lot of people. I only have 8 citizens. So 5 people building, 3 people gathering wood. I don't have anyone gathering stone. What I could do, however, is move this above builder, and you'll notice now everybody is gathering wood. So the priority system works from top down within the limitations that you set. So if I tell this game, for example, that I only want 2 people cutting wood, now we'll get 2 people on the wood, 5 people maximum on builder, so that gives us 1 more person on stone. And these can be moved around however you want all the time. Okay, so you'll see now that I've built these 2 things and everything, we have more beds available, and so that has allowed more citizens to move in. Now I don't have any more vacant beds, but I do have some materials, so I'm going to go ahead and build additional stuff. We're going to get a hospitium here, and we're just going to put this all on the back side of this, I think. If you're too far away from roads, it won't let you build it, but you can be within a certain radius of a road and you're fine. You don't have to be right on the road. Right, we want to get food storage and 4 wheat farms growing here. So the road is too far away here, you'll see, but you can also see the fertility is above 100%. That can happen. And we need to build 4 of these farms over here. So I'm going to take the road that I started over here. We're just going to move that road out this way. And we can't actually go through trees. So we have to have the trees cut down before we can see the road actually connect with it. But if you were to take a road that's not connected to the city, so let's say you just take a road and you maybe go like this. Okay, now I can take my farms and I can build it here. It doesn't have to be connected to the city before you can start building it. It just has to be close to a road. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So we'll go like this. 1. I can't because there's an object in the way, and this one says the road's too far away again. Okay, so on this side, the stone is in the way, and then there's this one here. We can go just a little bit. We have to have that. Yeah, we have to have those trees out of the way, but we'll go about like this with it because I kind of know where I'm going to put them. So we'll do that. Food in the beginning is going to wreck you. So I highly recommend that you focus entirely on food. Just really get that nailed down. Then wood and stone are your best friends, and you're not going to have enough of them. You think you'll have enough of them. You won't. So just keep getting more wood and stone. And that's really, really critical because there's a feature in this game that kind of snuck up on me while I was playing. And it's the maintenance system. It's expressed to you, it's taught to you, but at least in my version of the game, it really doesn't emphasize it as strong as it should to tell you exactly how important maintenance is. This building requires a monthly upkeep. In fact, pretty much every building you place that's not like a primary producer of goods. So if we go over to my hunting cabin here, you can see that the hunting cabin doesn't have any maintenance. This is a maintenance-free building. Cool. 26 meat is what it's going to be. Obviously, I need people to work in there. But you can see at the moment it was 101% efficiency, now 114. And as the animals move in and out of the circle, right, this is what governs that percentage of efficiency. But a lot of buildings, like homes, for example, have a monthly upkeep consumption of 2 wood. This one here is also 2 wood. This one here is 1 wood and 2 brick. If you do not have the resource for this thing to get that upkeep, you're going to get a little icon above the building. If you're playing on normal difficulty, you have 4 months to basically correct this. If you're playing on the easy difficulty, you have 6. This is how I understand it anyway. If you do not provide that resource to this building in time, it will collapse. It will completely collapse. And you can click rebuild, but it will cost you 100% of the resources it would cost you to build that building fresh anyway. There's no discount or anything to that. So as you expand up, and we'll show you a bigger settlement here in a little bit, but as we expand up, you're going to want to make sure that you're always on top of that monthly maintenance because it is a real stickler, dude. It'll get you real quickly. Okay, so I built it out just a little bit more. We have a couple of extra beds here so we can grow our population. We're up to 18 citizens. And I've now also added the clay pit and the brickworks, which are going to be responsible for making sure that we keep our brick up because, well, it's at 0, so we need to do that. Oh, we also don't have any clay, so that's what this is for. And as long as we keep workers in those buildings, we're fine. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go into my industry tab here, and I'm going to grab academia. This is your research building. It is one of the most important buildings in your game, and you're going to want to build that very early. So once we get that built, we'll be able to go through a research tree. I'm going to go ahead and click it here, and we can see that there are 5 categories ranging from food, houses and monuments, industry, services and religion, and city defense. And all of these are pretty important. And in the early game, you want to go into food, and I'm thinking cabbage. Cabbage is where you want to live right away. Again, make sure you don't underestimate how much food you need. If you want to know your economics at the current moment, you can hover over top the resources, and it will kind of give you a picture of what's going on. It's not exact, but because everything's kind of a dynamically changing thing usually. But if you have like a big gain, like 60 food a month, you can be pretty sure you're on the right track there. Likewise, if you have basically no resources and you're also still at a deficit, you probably need to up your game, right? And again, these things will change over time. There's other resources like wood, for example, where in the early game, you're only getting wood if you're cutting down trees. So you have to mark the trees to cut them down. And, eventually you're going to get, you can get your forestry up and stuff and start doing that. You can also get your your quarry going so you can get stone regularly there. And that's definitely an important research to get. And then also iron mine is here. Now you're going to notice also when I click this building that there's a red circle around it. This is just a building that makes noise, and it's not something that people want to live next to. So you want to keep your homes, your industry needs to be away from your homes, which is also including iron and stone. So right now I've got these homes right here. As long as I put the iron mine on this side of the rock, probably over here, it shouldn't bleed into this area. But because there's iron here, that kind of tells me that if I'm going to be expanding, I probably should be expanding in the other direction, probably over on this side near the water and maybe out this way. Now that the academia is done, we can now go into research. And I think the first thing I would probably research is, I think the cabbages is probably where I would go here, cabbage farms. We need 10 brick for that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait. At the moment, we're getting 20 a month surplus. So that's pretty nice. And we don't have any problems with maintenance yet because it's very early in the game. So that's good. And while I'm building the food storage, we have our first enemy wave that has been triggered here. And it's going to be a group of barbarians that are going to come in after us. So you're gonna have advanced notice on these things. It gives you 5 months notice. So I know that there are 14 barbarians, and they're gonna be coming from that side. So they're coming from this way, right? And my defenses have to be, going through here, and they're just gonna try to burn down buildings. So they may go after my hunter's hut, but they typically, in my experience so far anyway, they typically tend to go after like storages and also just buildings that are in generally closer to your city center. So homes and stuff, they'll burn down homes. That's definitely something they'll look at. I don't have those 10 bricks yet. Come on now, guys. Give me those 10 bricks. Anyway, so this is our food storage. Now, if you ever want to build something with priority over something else, there actually is a build priority list. So I can show you that kind of by just placing a few things, although I don't have a whole lot of resources. So if I was to place like the small park here really quick, just to kind of show you how this works, place another food storage maybe next to this one. We'll just put like another one right here. At least that's enough to give you a list anyway. So if I show this list, you can see that there's a food storage number 1. Number 2 is small park number 3. And obviously they're going to build these things in the order of the priority. You can always adjust these things, and I can shift them down. I have 2 food storages, so it's not really showing you properly, but you get the gist. You can look at a big list of things that you're building and dictate what you want from there. If you decide you don't want to build something, you can just hit demolish right there. And I don't want to build these parks, so we're just going to get those resources back. You spend the resources immediately upon trying to build them. So there's going to be like animations of people walking around like delivering resources, like this guy with wood or whatever. All that stuff's already delivered. Okay, it's mostly just for looks. It's actually instantly delivered, but you do need the labor. So the builders have to arrive on the site and do it. So you're not waiting for nothing. It's not just an animation you're waiting for. The builder does have to arrive. They're just arriving with stuff in their arms. Okay, so now that the basics of our materials are set up, we've got a good production of brick. We got a great production of food at the moment anyway. I have research for cabbage nearly finishing. And we now have a food storage built too, so we can have even more storage built up. It's time to think about defenses. So we have to train 2 Gladius Legionary and also 2 of the Pilum Legionaries. And then it wants us to build an archer tower. Barbarians are very weak against the archer towers, and really just generally any units that are coming in at mass on the ground anyway that need to be melee. They generally don't like having to deal like running into arrows and stuff. So there's that. We're gonna go to defenses. We're gonna build an archery tower, and I'm just gonna place this tower kind of just in here somewhere. Maybe like right here is fine. Just in the direction of the threat, all right? And we're gonna have our builders go ahead and build that. It's the only thing that needs to be built at the moment, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Now, cabbage fields are done, so that's gonna be priority number 1 anyway, but we're gonna go ahead and get a cabbage farm here as soon as I have the brick. I don't have the brick. I have to wait for the brick. While we're waiting for brick, let's head down to the new armies menu. This game had a demo out for quite a while, and the whole controlling armies thing is fairly new, so I'll show it here. We'll show it in the next city too. Currently, we can only build level 1 units, and we have some melee units here, Gladius, and then we have the Pilums here that are weaker in melee, but they can throw spears, and they also have the ability to fight creatures, which we'll see in a second. So I'm going to build 2 of each of these, as the defenses wants me to do. And then once the archery tower is completed, we will have one of our citizens watching guard or standing guard on the archery tower as well. It turns up as a job. So once the tower is built, you'll see archer here as a job. And you know, basically what you're going to want to do is keep the archer job at the very bottom when you're not under attack, and then when you get to be under attack, you can throw it near the top to make sure everybody's on it. So it's a pretty easy way to kind of manage that. And there we go. Okay, so we have those defenses. Now I also have my legionaries in here. There's 4 units in here, 2 of each, right? And I also have control of their formation as well. So I can tell them to go here, or I can tell them maybe I want them to be in a different formation. They can go in a triangle or a circle or whatever. And we've seen this a lot in games before too. You can also hold down the right mouse button and you'll get their formation the way you want it to. So if I want them to face that direction, I can just kind of do that. And we've seen these in a lot of games too. It's a good system, so I'm glad they implemented it this way. Now, we'll also show this in a second too, more in depth with a bigger city, but there's also upgrades as well. So every building has some upgrades you can implement. Not every building, but a lot of buildings have upgrades you can implement, as all through the research trees and stuff. So we can make this one throw sharp stone arrows, for example, iron arrows. You just go to the research tree, you can see it. So there's iron arrows, then you get the scorpions, which we're going to look at too. And then there's fire arrows you can put in as well. And each of these have their drawbacks, their pros and cons and stuff, right? Fire arrows, for example, do a lot more damage, but they can't be shot as far, and they have decreased accuracy. But if you do hit, it does very high damage. It's also more effective against crowds of enemies, large targets that are easier to hit, etc. Iron arrows, conversely, do less damage relative to extremely sharp and deadly iron-tipped arrows created for increased penetration damage and unparalleled accuracy. Much more accurate than other types of arrows. That's what it is. So it's less damage than the fire arrows, but you have more range and more accuracy. And then obviously more damage relative to the stone arrows too. So those are the kinds of things that you can put in here too. Okay, so I'll show you this quick little basic attack. It's nothing serious, but I wanted to kind of show you how ground attacks will at least come in. And then I'll show you how attacks may come in from the skies. So it is time for the battle, and you can see their little icons here. They're running through the woods to come get us. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. They have way more guys than I do, but your Roman legionaries are actually really well trained, and one of your soldiers is, well, worth more than theirs. We brought more soldiers than they did, right? Not exactly a Roman reference there, but still, it's fine. And they look like they are headed towards my crops. That's not good. So they're not even going to go for my tower. So I'm going to try to intercept them over here. They're going after my crops. I don't want that. Okay, some of those guys are going to go this direction. They're going to get picked up by the tower. All right, so they split up a little bit, and we'll start seeing arrows fly at them over here. These guys, however, are going after my crops, so my legionaries are going to try to stand guard and protect my farmers. There we go. Some of you may die. Tower takes a little bit of damage. No big deal. Looks like it's pretty good. And these units here also, when you kill them, you also get paid a certain amount. So if we take a look at the information on them, you can see that the best defenses against them are the Scorpio and Archer Tower. They just don't do well against arrows, typically. But the resources gained when killed, we get gold and weapons. So we should be getting weapons or gold, I guess. I think it's an either or thing. We'll see. Legionary standing strong. If you want to see the health of your own units, click this bar, and you can see the health of your own units. And it looks to me like might have a problem there. Might not have enough people to fight these guys off. Whoopsie. So they might burn my crops anyway. Indeed, they will. Look at them go. Now, if these guys are going to go towards the main building here, so they're going to start getting shot, but these guys are going to start burning some stuff down. And they like to go after your storages, your industry buildings. They like to go after all sorts of stuff. But storages are like their favorite thing in the world, which obviously is very aggravating because you just lose the resources for them. And when a building goes down, you'll have to rebuild it. So this little like rubble pile will exist, and you have to rebuild it. So these guys are just gonna, these guys are just gonna die. So what is this guy gonna? Do I have my? Where's my legionaries? Do I have them trained yet? Not yet. They are not trained. It takes a while to train them. So this guy's just gonna go to town. Can he only ignite one thing on fire? Oh, I guess he can still destroy it, but he lit the other thing on fire. Notice how they don't really care to raid my citizens. Also notice the size difference. I just want to point this out. This guy is way bigger than the dude with the wheelbarrow. All right, way bigger. In my opinion, these guys should be fleeing in terror right now, which should be disrupting their work. That would be something I would like to see added to the game if I was going to add something to the game. Anyway, this guy's going to get toasted here. He's going to get punctured with many, many arrows. Oh, and he almost lit that house on fire, but he didn't. So there we go. And then right around the time the barbarians are dead, that'll be about the time we see my legionaries come in. There it is. Yeah. There we go. So that's a typical raid, right? You gotta be on your toes. The game will get you. So let me just switch really quick to a more advanced town to kind of just give you a tour of some of the more later mid-game kind of stuff, maybe, but also some of the things that you can do to help defend against this stuff. And then some of the things we're going to do to defend against a much more interesting opponent. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced settlement, just a little bit later into the game here. We have a couple of different buildings here that might look interesting, so I wanted to go through them. And we also have other mechanics to introduce you guys to as well. So I've got larger food storage here, storages here, sorry. When you get a little bit bigger town, you're going to start getting crime. And for that, you need to, you need to get town guards. And the more people you get, the more town guards you're going to need. So I have a couple. I have one here, and I've got one here. And this just adds a safety to your citizens. And this is an effect on citizens per 80 citizens. So you essentially just need one town guard in there to deter crime for every 80 citizens you have. This town has just under 120 citizens and 140 houses, okay? Average happiness is 63. Now, you're gonna notice a couple of different icons, okay? The first is this little icon at the top, and this is a enhanced immigration buff. We're getting this because one of the gods are happy with us. As you grow, you will attract the attention of the gods. Let's go ahead and check out the religion panel. So initially, I got the attention of Jupiter. And initially, when he first sees you, he's happy with you. But if you don't give him things, okay, you gotta donate food, or you can throw festivals in their honor and things like that. You can get their favor up. If they're happy with you, you'll get bonuses. If they're not happy with you, they'll bring the wrath, right? We don't want to have that happen. At the moment, we've also attracted the attention of Venus. And we're also making her happy at the moment. And with that, she is enhancing our immigration as well. Each of these gods have a description and stuff. You can read a little bit more about them. What happens if you make them happy? What happens if their favor drops too low? What happens if their favor drops really low, right? Lots of things like that can happen. We don't have the attention of Ceres or Mars yet. Okay, we are also taxing our citizens with a treasury. So we already have the research. Let me just show you the research tree we have here. This settlement has some extra food resources, not a lot there going on. I got taxes, we got furniture upgrades so that I can upgrade the furniture in each of the houses. That just makes them a little more comfortable. Keeps the happiness up is what I'm trying to do over here with happiness. And I need to do that because taxing them is a debuff to their happiness, right? Currently, the taxes are just 1.5%. I can raise this anytime I want, but right now it's 1.5%, and that's pretty fine, okay? We're researching carpentering right now. You will also notice that that this settlement has two icons that are not barbarians, okay? There are dragons. There be dragons. One of them's coming from this side. The other one's coming from this side. And this settlement has not experienced dragons yet. So I'm going to be experiencing that for the first time for you guys, with you guys. But I read right before I made this save to start making this video that I need things that, you know, shoot up, right? Obviously, no melee fighters are going to be fighting these dragons. So I'm building these walls right here. And I'm going to use a different weapon that I haven't used before. It's going to be interesting. I have to build the walls, though, because these weapons are wall-mounted weapons. So if I come down here, we have access to the Scorpion. And I'd love to do the Ballista. I really would, except the Ballista is something that requires 350 gold. And I also have to have 2 blacksmiths. And I don't even have 1 blacksmith yet. So, yeah. I also have to have already built 2 Scorpions to get a Ballista. So, we don't have that. But right now, though, Scorpion is what I'm on about. I'm also looking at getting units level 3 with a barracks, which I think I just built. Or at least I was going to build. I don't think I built the barracks yet. I was going to build it, though. That's what's most important, right? Intentions. Let's put the barracks maybe back over here. Right here next to the... Right next to Jupiter's thing, I think. Yeah. So this is Jupiter's temple. I built this to make him happy. I also built one for Venus right here. You gotta build these things to make these guys happy. And then there's a hospital as well, because sometimes your people can get... You can get a plague and stuff with your people. Resources at the top. You can see this settlement's doing quite well. We have a surplus of everything at the moment. So looking pretty good. Got another warehouse going in over here so we can store some more stuff. Okay, now, anyway, so this wall right here, we have 3 months to prepare for this dragon, right? So this wall right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a Scorpion. I'm going to place like 4 of them. That's very expensive. And remember, everything you place takes maintenance, and that includes the Scorpions as well. Let me see what the priority is on these. Let's go 1. If I do all of them as the max priority, what will happen is that they'll all end up on the list at the top. So you just, every time you make something a max priority, you just shift number 1 down to 2, and then 2 gets shifted to 3, etc. So if I just click through them and just click the top priority button, it'll put them all at the top. All right. And we also have these guard towers, and the guard towers have some updates as well. This one has sharp stone arrows. We're going to go ahead and give this thing iron tipped arrows, because I do have an iron mine going on over here. So that's nice. I also have a couple of stone quarries right here that are getting me some stone. There's another iron mine that I just put in here, and then there's another quarry right over here. And then over here we have like the foresters. So they have a designated little area here where they will grow trees and also get automatically tagged when they're fully grown. They'll get tagged for anyone that has the woodcutter job to come over and cut that. So as long as I have 12 wood gatherers, for example, I can probably move these down a little bit, but I have 12 wood gatherers, and they'll be constantly prompted to make their gathering will happen in these little circles. This town also has a bit of a wall over here, so you can build walls and obviously upgrade them as you go. This is a wooden wall. When you build walls, the red tiles are tiles that nobody can walk on. You can do a little bit of terraforming in the game. You can. So over here, other menu over here for terraforming, and you can raise and lower terrain slightly if you'd like to as well. So I can flatten this terrain if I want to, but having not flat terrain can work to your advantage if it's something like the edge of your civilization. So they cannot traverse on any tile that's red, so they will not be able to walk this. And so as such, that's like that's like an immune, infinite health wall that they'll never attack, right? All the way over here on the lake, there's also a red area, so they can't pass by that. And then I've got this one over here, and it goes all the way to the mountain over here. So this effectively closes off that half of the map. And most of my barbarian attacks and stuff were happening over here. Berserkers and stuff for the next level up, they were happening all the way over here. But they can spawn at any corner of the map, so this is not like safe. I've got this, you can see the terrain. There's this mountain range that's all the way around. In all 4 corners, they can spawn. Whether or not they can spawn close to your civilization, I don't know. So if I had started here, I don't think they would have been able to spawn like in town. So in that case, I'd probably just, have this as the back of my city, but then I might be limited on how far out I can expand, right? Because I can only expand in one direction. So in any case, I have been started on a wall over here, so I can start closing this down. And I've started, I'm going to start on walls over here. At least I would have, but I think I'm far enough now that I can show you the game. And yeah, so that's the tour of the town. That's how we're going here. That's how we're doing things here. And I think I want another guard tower probably over here somewhere to, shoot at. I want to shoot the dragons. There be dragons out here. So I think I'll put another one maybe right here. And if I can get another one built in time, which I'm running out of wood because I just spent it all on the ballistas or on the Scorpion. So I'm going to have to wait on that. What else can I show you that's different from what you've seen before? This is the cabbage fields that I was talking about earlier. and they have upgrades as well. Advanced harvesting, if I can get them, right? I just don't have that upgrade yet. I think that's kind of it. You guys have seen almost all the buildings that I have currently. And then with the barracks, which as soon as the scorpions, I have 3 scorpions up right now. Yeah, I think I'd like you guys to go ahead and get the barracks to be your top thing. Jupiter is also now pleased with me. So we can choose what we want our blessing to be. There's a production blessing or an accelerated advancement blessing. A production blessing is going to make all of our production buildings increase their production, right? Excluding food. And that lasts 6 months. Or I can get cheaper and faster research and also speed up my construction for 6 months. Since I'm about to be attacked by dragons and I'm building things, I like that. So we're going to do that. Okay. So now my constructions will happen faster, and the resources for them will just be a little bit cheaper for research. So since I'm going to get a discount on my research, let's take a look at research really quick. And you can see the buffs are right here too. So before I go into the research screen, I can't see this. I can't see my buffs right now. I think they should display on this screen, but you can see them if you click one of your academias. That will tell you that you have the research bumps. I feel like this information should be found in this screen somewhere without having to click this building to see it. So I'm going to hit research here, and I can research brick archer towers, right? Because they're a little more resilient to fire. I feel like the dragons are probably going to breathe fire at me. I don't have enough gold for ballistas, so I won't be able to do that. Small temples, hospitals, arena. Have a good time watching gladiators and animals fight. Cool. There's divine conquest. This allows me to organize and send out religious missions and quests to distant lands. This will unlock the religious quest and missions button in the religion panel, which is down here. There's this, and you can run these. I have no idea what that's about. So that's something to maybe explore. I won't be able to show you in this video, but that's something to maybe to explore a little bit here. Speaking of exploring more, if any of you guys want me to do a full playthrough of this game, I'd be happy to do so. I just have to make sure that my existing projects are a little bit more wrapped up before we do. But I'd be happy to go into it a little bit more in depth with you with a full playthrough. If you want, it's up to you guys. There is, we've seen a lot of games like this before. We've seen a lot of grid city builders and stuff, but every single time I play one of these things, I'm always looking for like games that have just a little bit different, right? Let's get the iron tipped arrows here. You can see the iron tipped arrows also have increased range, so it also boosts the range of the tower while I do it too. And I think I'm going to make sure that at least these two, because the dragon's coming from that side. So I'm going to assume that we're going to be shooting them with the towers. The game did tell me I should build towers in town to help fight against the dragons. So that's kind of what I'm on about right here. And I was really hoping to get that barracks up, but that's just not likely to happen here. Let's put the tower on number 1 because I might actually be able to finish that in time. And then, oh, really? Just that little extra bit, right? 74%. Yeah, go on now. Make that number 1 instead. Get some people over there to finish that 71%. And then we'll get people in here. And if there's extra builders, then they'll all shift in the priority list will all shift too. So this is currently number 1. These guys are mining iron. Remember, there's noise too, so I wouldn't want to have homes here. I'm very close actually on this, but just out of reach, and he's not getting any. I don't think he's getting, yeah, forum, tavern, and he's not getting affected by any noise. So that's nice. All right, this tower's done. We're gonna go ahead and bop the sharp arrow and the iron tips too. I have all the iron. I've been mining iron for a little while, so I've got that. It is 1 month to go. And I think we're going to go into the jobs list now. We shift Archer up to the top, or at least closer to the top, just to make sure we have all these things fully manned. And you want to do that a little bit early because they do have to physically walk to the tower to get to that job. So if they're switching jobs, you want to switch it just a little bit with a little bit of buffer time so that they have time to walk to it. I'm just going to put it up there. Oh, also, to get on the Scorpios, are those Archer or are those separate? Okay, Scorpion operators are here, so let's boost that up here too. So I'm gonna make sure everybody's on the Scorpions too. Okay then. I'm not sure there's anything else I can really do. Iron tipped arrows on this too, if we can get this thing on the way in. And this is also my only defense against things happening in the back here. So yeah, gotta make sure I'm protecting from all angles here. You'll see these little icons that are popping up every so often. That's maintenance. Okay, so remember, every building needs maintenance. Every single one of these is taking upkeep. And that includes the towers, all your archer towers too. They take maintenance as well. And the more you upgrade these things, the more resources they take for maintenance as well. So like this tower here, for example, this is a sharp stone arrow tower. It takes 3 wood, 3 stone. The one next to it has the iron tipped arrows. And this one takes 2 wood, 2 stone, 1 gold, and 3 iron. So there's maintenance on everything, and it gets more and more expensive as you upgrade. Once I get the barracks built, I should be able... There we go. Everybody's happy. Now with the barracks, I can expand my army and have more soldiers than I could before, because you are capped at a certain number of legionaries until you get a barracks. And you also can't build tier 3 until you have a barracks. And I'm going to build tier 3. I'm going to go, let's say monthly cost is 4 food and 2 gold for each of these. But these ones are the ones that can, you know, chuck spears at the dragons. So I'm going to get 2 of these guys just so I have a few extra things. And then I'm not sure which one to put my guys on, but let's put my guys over here. So there's extra towers on this side. There's not a lot extra on this side. So we'll have these guys head on over here, and then maybe they can, you know, throw their spears at the dragon or something. Let's put them I'll put them in a line, maybe facing that way. Okay. So imminent attack by 2 dragons coming in. And I kind of want to see what they look like. Oh, here we go. We'll see this thing. Menacing. Look at it flying here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I want to just pause. Can I get really close? Can I zoom in on it? I want to be able to... Devs, I know you're watching this. I want to be able to double click this and follow cam. All right? I want to follow cam on the dragon. You know what would be really cool? Oh, this is not worth the effort probably, but I want a camera like right here. Come on. You know how cool that would be. Come on. I want that. Just so I can follow it in. And then on the other side, he's coming through here too. Now, he's going to get shot at by these guys pretty quick. I actually go ahead and upgrade this one since I can. Ooh, I can't. I can't? Why not? I don't have the iron, do I? I am missing 3 iron and a gold. It says I don't have 1 gold. That's the upkeep per month. Oh, sorry. The cost to upgrade is up at the top. I need 20 gold to upgrade it. I was looking at the upkeep cost. Never mind. So I don't have the resources to upgrade that one. A little bit tight, but we should have... Oh, just outside of range. Oh, you're smart. But you can't escape my scorpions. There's... The range on the scorpions is huge. Look at that. We already have a shot right there. Are there any upgrades for you? Yeah, I could get them with the reinforced bolts or the fire bolts. If I had the research for it. But I have... Yeah, look at that. That's a lot of arrows flying at this dragon. He is going way over the city without attacking anything at all. Okay. He must be going for something over there. And then you got this dragon coming in. He's got 984 health left. At least he had. Is he going to hit me with... Oh, there it is. There's the fire. There's the fire. And he's dead already. Those scorpions are awesome. Sweet. And then, yeah, these guys are down too. So with proper preparation, make quick work of dragon, right? The scorpions and stuff, they can make pretty quick work of that if you have them set up. But these are wall-mounted weapons, so you have to have them on a wall. So I'm just gonna... I have like these little gaps here everywhere. Like these little gaps. There's a gap here. There's probably gonna be like a gap right here. Those little gaps are perfect places to just put a wall. And then you can get people to man your... put scorpions on top of the wall, right? Or ballistas and stuff on top of the wall. And then we take the archers. We bring them all the way down to the bottom. Take the scorpion operators. Put this down at the bottom. But in this case, I can now go... As long as I'm not dropping food majorly, which it's the winter time, so I expect the food to drop. Maybe not 93 per month like it is, but I usually expect it to drop. Let me grab a fishing hut here. And we'll just turn this around... I don't know if I need to... Too close to another fishing hut. Okay, I haven't seen that yet, so that's fine. Another fishing hut right there, please. And then I can continue working on my walls. God Mars notices you. This thing just popped up. Listen up, mortals. I'm Mars, the god of war, and your puny settlement has finally caught my eye. Worship me, build my temples, and maybe I'll help you crush your enemies and fortify your defenses. My blessings can enhance the fire rate and range of your archers, ballistas, and scorpions, giving you an edge in battle. Ignore me, and I'll turn your city into a battleground. Crime will soar as anger fills your streets, and I might set your defense buildings on fire. You don't want to make me angry, so show some respect and get to work. All right, cool. So when they first discover you, the favor is high, but that is the first time I've been discovered by Mars. So go over here and check this out. And we have no active effects, but he starts with 68 favor, and this is going to decrease over time because I don't have any temples. So I need to get that. Also, his favor 71 is starting to drop a little bit, so I'm just going to, it's not winter anymore, right? We're at spring, yeah. So I'm just going to maybe offer a little bit of food to Jupiter. Just be like, hey, man, have some food. And then that will raise his favor up 21. And then I can probably also do the same thing to Mars real quick. Just say like, hey, man, you want a little bit of food? I can hook you up. Now he'll be happy. It'll go up to 100 now for him, so he'll be happy now. But another thing that makes him happy is, of course, getting temples. So in the services, leisure, and religion section, we can get ourselves small temples. And eventually they're going to want bigger temples. But for now, I'm going to put Mars right next to Venus. Mars is happy. Choose your blessing. Okay. Now, Mars is the god of war. So if these are going to be more helpful to me when I'm getting attacked, it might be a good idea to delay it. So, for example, I can choose in 4 months instead. That will allow me to delay this blessing for 4 months, and then the blessing will last longer. So it lasts 12 months. Each of his will last a year. So there's no point in me starting that if I'm at peace. So I'd probably want to do this, but let's just read what they are because I haven't seen them. Blessed Legionary Health increases maximum health of all Legionary, gives a small temporary boost of health as well, lasts around 12 months. Blessed Fire Rate says increases the fire rate of archers, ballistas, and scorpions, and boosts your city defenses. And then there's also an attack range buff, which could probably be more useful, I think, for like the dragons. So in this case, since they're all war-based and I'm at peace, I'm going to say choose in 4 months. And then I'll just delay the buff a little bit longer. And if I start to get attacked, then I can go in and at that point, I select the buff and it's good for a year. Venus is now pleased as well. So I think I'm going to say immunity and resilience, reducing workplace injuries and sickness, disease spread, or more immigration. I'm at 150. I want to maybe cool it a little bit. So I think divine protection is better here. I want to cool my growth down just a little bit here. All right, now we get to see whether or not my wall is going to be effective because I actually haven't had this wall really challenged yet. We have 46 barbarians and 24 berserkers coming from this spot in 5 months. And this is great actually because I'm going to get prompted by Mars pretty quick here to take his buff. And my armies are just going to be better. But I also have the ability to raise more armies. So why don't we get some tier 3 units here, some more tier 2 units here, maybe something like this. All right, Jupiter's content now. We can go accelerated advancement. Production blessing could be cool. I don't know if that actually counts. I don't think the production blessing will count taxes. That's really what I need is gold right now. But I'll take the production blessing anyway. And then later on in a patch in the future, there's supposed to be trade. That's not in the game yet, but it's coming. Baths, library, pantheons, those things are coming, and then trading is coming right here. So like eventually we'll be able to do that, and then we'll have trading carts and stuff. So if you have a really good economy, like I have like almost 1,000 wood right now, and if you get like a lot of resources, you don't necessarily need a lot of it. We got like 75 tools and good amounts of cloth and iron, etc. We could sell that stuff or trade it for some of the other stuff that we might want. Let's see what the 46 barbarians and 24 berserkers are going to do. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all pretty big. And I need to see whether or not they're going to split. I mean, they usually split up. And with this many, I'm pretty certain they're going to get through the wall. So it's going to be a big time for the ballistas and stuff. And you know what? I did the thing. Thankfully, I have enough people, but the archers are at the bottom of the list. So it's going to move them up a little bit and make sure they're always manning their stations. But we do have enough workers to make that happen. And I have 15 legionaries. Nope, make that right here. Yeah, get this guy over here. All right, so an extra one was made there. Yes, now I can choose my blessing. But this, I think you're only, I don't know, like I never got offered by Mars. Maybe Mars was supposed to choose it for me, but he hasn't done that. So I don't actually have any blessings by Mars at all right now. We're going to go with Divine Protection. That's fine. And you can see how they're making their way over here. So there's a whole bunch of them heading towards this one. So much so that I'm pretty sure this is the place I have to reinforce. Like this, this side's got a lot to do too, but I think this side's the side that's going to need help. We'll see. There's iron arrows and stuff over here. Whichever side gets through, that's the side my legionnaires will go ahead and respond to. This one here looks like it's probably fine. I think this side can hold its own. They do like to storm the gate. And that gate falls on this side. So they're going to break through over there. Will they stop? Let's go ahead and... They're breaking through on both sides. So we'll take you guys go this way. And then you guys over here are going to come over and stand right here, I think. So we're going to have to split up. And I think you guys will be able to attack here just fine. Let's go ahead and just get these guys. Can you chase them down? Oh, one of them's going to get through. Oh, one of them's going to get through. Go get him. Yeah, bring him back. Okay, cool. And then over here, my guys are going to clean those guys up pretty well. Okay, go over here and help out. That's part of there was pretty cleaned up. And honestly, with the ballistas and stuff over here, the scorpions, I guess they're called. But those over here, no problem. Now, this gate could be rebuilt, or I can just destroy it. And now that I've unlocked brick, I can say I want to build a brick gate instead. I'll replace these with bricks instead. Just go like this and go with the brick gate right there. A little stronger and also fire resilient too. So for the dragons and stuff, they can just, burn them down and everything. So you get a little more resilience on fires with that as well. But that's nice. We have pretty much one of the things I'd like to do, and maybe it's possible. I don't know what the hotkey would be. I would like to have, maybe it shows it. Assign group to hotkey. Shift number. Recrawl group is just the number. So if I go shift 5, let's say. Now I can, if I want to call them someplace, I can just hit 5 and go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I wanted to manufacture a situation where this would happen. So what I've done is I've gone in and prompted a bunch of stuff that needed brick, and including a brick wall right here that would block off this little choke point here. And I let it run for a month, and you're going to see these icons. They're going to pop up above the buildings, okay? This is a symbol that this building has not gotten upkeep, right? If you build a lot of stuff that requires the resource that these buildings need for upkeep, like brick, for example, then you can hover over these and it'll actually tell you that you need more brick, and the building will crumble if you don't get that under control. And you need to get it under control in a hurry. So I've went ahead and I've built an extra brickworks here. You can go ahead and install kiln efficiency as well, just to make that a little bit better. And that's going to allow us to have extra brick. Yes, extra brick per month in the kiln efficiency. Very nice. So go ahead and do that. And obviously the arrow is going to be green here as we're going to start seeing a lot of brick come in. But and then once the brick starts coming in, these buildings, they're going to try the dev said every 20 seconds or so, it's going to try to pull the resource out. Nobody has to actually bring it to the building. It just pulls it from like a global supply. So if you see those icons, you need to fix that pretty quickly. You only have a couple months before things start going, pretty bad for you. So just go ahead and do that. And that counts for other things too, which is a little weird. But like, for example, the tavern. The tavern requires 4 brick and 25 food. I've had this building collapse. And in the wintertime, I had a food shortage because I just wasn't, my very first playthrough, I didn't really know the balance just yet. So I had a food shortage in my first winter. And my tavern collapsed because I didn't deliver food to it. So that can happen. So just keep that in mind, and make sure you always have a big surplus of everything, pretty much. Just as long as you're keeping a surplus of everything, generally you're going to be great. That's just the simple advice I've got for you. Okay, it's happening. So the baby Hydra is coming, all right? A terrifying baby Hydra has been spotted approaching your settlement. This 3-headed beast has been roused by the hustle and bustle of your growing city. Despite its name, It can cause significant damage. It mainly targets your production buildings, which have disturbed its habitat with noise. So it measures 9 meters, it weighs 8,000 kilograms, it has 5,000 health. It's a big deal. Best defenses are going to be the Ballista and Scorpio. Yeah, it bites and it breathes fire. Okay, so that is coming from this direction. Great. 5 months. He's going to breathe fire. So the walls are probably toast, I would say, unless we can do a little bit better here. So I'm going to try to see if I can upgrade a couple of these wall segments here to brick. All right, maybe I'll go maybe that many, okay? And then we can upgrade some other things too, but let's just go ahead and make sure that these are the numero uno priority right there, because the Hydra's coming from that side, not anywhere else. Okay, good. And then, you know, obviously those are the biggest things. This wall is done now. That's great. So let's prepare for the baby Hydra, right? The Scorpios, obviously we have all of these. I don't have a lot of gold at the moment, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get... here's Mars. Thanks, dude. All right, so what do we want from Mars? All right, managed to earn his respect. So we have, which ones would be better here? Probably the fire rate of archers, ballistas, and scorpions. Boosting cities' defenses. I think that's probably what I want here. The attack range is cool, but I think the fire rate's where I'm at here right now. So we're gonna bless the fire rate for 12 months. Excellent. So now we shoot way faster. Great. Maybe the baby Hydra walks over here. It's possible. We're gonna hope that he stays. We're gonna still hope that he goes in a straight line towards us. I don't know if he will, but we're gonna hope that he does. So these guys are gonna go ahead and build the brick wall segments right here. You can see I'm full on wood too. So that's cool. Maybe we can take some people. I'm not really limiting the wood gatherers. They're just 9. So yeah, I don't really have much of a limit here. We have 31 available workers. Holy moly. I need more jobs, don't I? I need a lot more jobs. Maybe we take the builders. Let's stop limiting the builders. It says we only need 14 though. 31 available workers. Well, we put them to work, right? Let's make this a brick wall 2 and make this a brick wall 2. Here we go. Make this little segment right in front of this a brick wall 2. All right, look, we got, we need more builders. We got more builders. There we go. We could maybe look at getting some of these segments upgraded just in case. So how about we go this one, and this one, and this one. Now, I think you can also do this in mass too. So you can go over to this upgrade tool, and then you can highlight wall segments, and it'll just do it like that too. So there's that as well. It's probably a more efficient way of doing it, but I was sort of... Well, I haven't used that tool yet, so now I have. There you go. So you can do it like that. And then as soon as these wall segments are built, and this is kind of what we need to hurry on, isn't it? We get those built, then we'll put the scorpions on top of them so that we can start shooting the baby Hydra before it even gets close to the city. And then when it gets close to the city, then these scorpions will kick in, and our city defenses will kick in, and then our legionnaires can get over here because they're very brave. Well, some of them are brave. Actually, probably not a lot of them are brave. Why don't we select only the Pilums? Select only those guys. These are the only ones. We're only going to select the ones that can actually attack the Hydra. Everyone else can just stay inside. We have a plague that's breaking out in our city, and we have to make sure that we have adequate medical care. So I do have a hospital. Whoops. I do have a hospital. No, don't do that. Come over here. Stop. Go over here. All right. I do have a hospital. However, this is per 150 citizens. So since I'm at 184 right now, I need another hospital. That's a good thing to see. So we're going to go over to, is it services? Hospital. And we'll build another one. I also now have, it's actually quite appropriate that we have another hospital because I also now have access to, I'll put it right here. Right here. Yeah, right here. I also now have access to the arena. I can't build it because I need brick, but I have access to the arena, which I was going to put right here. Yeah, so the plague is breaking out, and now we need people to come on over and get medical care, and that's what this building will do. Hello, Ceres. Great. Notice your settlement has grown quite a lot. I thought I could help out. If you build temples and make offerings, I'll ensure your fields are fertile and your harvest is plentiful. Nice. So we can go ahead and do that too. I have tons of food and a decent surplus. Not great, but it's okay. Let me make sure everybody's happy. Jupiter's gonna need an offering here really quick. So let's just go ahead and pop a little offering to Jupiter. We'll give Venus a little bit of money too. We'll give Ceres a little bit of money. And then not money, food. And then Venus, you can have a little bit too. Just to kind of keep you guys on my good side, okay? I don't want the plagues to be caused by the gods. I really wanted the scorpions to be on top of this. Sorry, Ceres is happy with us. We're going to say that we want a resilient in cold weather, maintaining the same food output during winter as the summer, last 6 months. It's currently the summer, so I don't really need that. Accelerates the growth of your crops. I need that. I'm actually really low on food now, so ensuring a rapid and bountiful harvest last 6 months. Let's do that. Get a more bountiful harvest here because I just spent a lot of food. So yep, let's bump that up a little bit. Okay, so I did get Jupiter's blessing, and I chose the accelerated advancement so that all of the construction is going to go 25% faster. Hopefully that gets these walls done. And now Venus is telling me that I made her happy too. So we're going to say I want people to be resilient. So now I have all 4 gods happy. I have all the buffs I need to fight this baby Hydra. I just need to get these wall segments done. I might have bit off a little bit more than I could chew here on this construction. I maybe did just a little bit more than I should have, but we'll see. We're getting some of it almost done. They're kind of spreading themselves out. I do kind of wish I could manipulate this just a little bit more. Maybe I can. Double max builders. Maybe that's how I do this. Maybe I say I want to double the max builders. Yeah, that's how this works. Okay. Good. That's how I need to speed this up. Is there a fast function for that? There should be. If I want to, I want a prioritization tool where I can highlight something and then the maximum possible builders will go to that construction, and that'll just be, that will get more, because like everybody's really far away, so they have to walk all the way over here to do this, and then they do just a really little bit and then they go back home, which is fine. That makes sense. Like, Romans can't build it all in a day, right? But I would like them to, finish it. No, don't leave it unfinished. So like, there's a lot of that happening here. I got 2 more months. I think we'll be okay. The ballistas are really quick to construct. The defenses are really, so like the scorpion, I can put that right here. They're pretty fast to construct. Yep, and then we'll just bump that up the list a little bit here so they can hopefully get that done quicker. Here we go, put that in 4th. Yeah, I want another one over here too. So we'll get 1 more scorpion here, at least. And the reason why I wanted the brick wall first is because, again, the Hydra breathes fire. So if I put the scorpion on top of the wooden wall and the Hydra just, burns down the wall, then it takes out the scorpion too. So I want them to be a little bit more resilient to fire so that it can't just take it out super quickly like that. Yep, like that. And then there should be another one I can place right. It faces that way, right? Is this the right direction? I actually don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. I think this is the right direction. It looks like the right direction. It might be wrong. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I think they'll just they'll point the right direction once they get there. But yeah, this is number 1 priority now. Let's make sure these things are like way up there in the priority list. We have 1 month left. So let's go. But we want to also make sure that these walls are finished still, though. Like, they can't be left unfinished, otherwise they'll just go around the wall. So I actually do need these done pretty quickly. But at least one, having at least 1 scorpion here would be nice. Oh my gosh, they're just not doing it. All right, hold on. Double the builders and all of these things, please. Can we have double builders? Yes, I need them done, please. Get them done. I have so many like, if you look at my job list, I'm at 42 builders. I'm just, everybody get over here and do it is basically what I'm doing. All hands on deck for the builders. No limits to building. Just get over here and get it done. I can't click this wall segment. There it is. Just everybody go over here and get it done, please. Maximum builders everywhere. 52 builders now. Everyone, go. We'll move these guys up so that we are ready to go with builders over there too, or plague eradicated. Very nice. Good job. And then archers will move you up, and scorpion operators move you up. That should be enough to make sure you stay employed. There we go. And then I can't reinforce them. I can't do any better bolts. So this is just what we have. And it looks like we're going to get there just in time on these things. Because the Hydra's coming. The wall's just finished. And we don't have any ballistic scorpions over there, but that's okay. I think it's okay. Just going to finish these. There we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. The Hydra's coming now. Let's limit. There's only 14 builders. Okay. So we should have everybody on their stations here. Scorpion operators are good. And these things are done. I want to go ahead. I don't know if they'll get it done in time anyway, but I'm going to put in another one of these things right here. Maybe right here. I'm going to put in 2 of them, actually. I don't know if they're going to build them in time, but we'll see. And we have the operators on them. Yep, standing by. At least one of them is. And so let's see this thing. Oh my gosh, look at it coming. Look at how menacing that thing is. I know it's completely outside the scope of the game, but man, it would be so much more menacing if these trees were moving. Oh man. Hey, why aren't you shooting? It's in range. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot-ha! Are you kidding me? Why are you not shooting? You're standing there. Your mount workers are on their way. They're standing right there. It's only a visual, but it's a visual thing. They're not actually on their way. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, okay. Yep. Here we go. We got some of them shooting now. Some of them are doing it. Oh, the fire comes in. Yes, obviously takes down the walls. Yep. Yep. He's biting. He's biting. He's almost half dead. The scorpions are doing their job. Yes, they are. He is obviously going to bring the heat in a place where he can burn it down a lot easier, but the scorpions are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. He's so menacing. Look at him coming towards town. Oh no, he's gonna get past the scorpions. Oh, he's coming to town. You guys ready? You better be ready, because he's coming. Just get yourself situated right here. Oh boy. Archers, scorpions, here you go. Shoot him. Shoot him long range. You guys, fire. Spears, spears. Oh, beautiful. You guys had a front row seat. Don't you feel buff, don't you? Honestly, if you don't get any action from that, all the citizens are looking at you and this guy falls as soon as he reaches you. Oh yeah, dude. You know it. You guys are getting some tonight. Congratulations, sirs. Oh, that right there is a dead Hydra. That was pretty exciting. I like these guys. All right, that is going to do it right now. This is Roman Triumph. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, I appreciate the sponsorship. It's helping me build this channel as big as I can and support my family at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want me to play more of it, maybe start a fresh start and actually like build something up from the ground up, let me know in the comments down below. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.